Welcome, everyone, and thanks for joining. I'm Anthony Romeo, a product marketing manager for Oxipital AI. I've been working in the machine vision industry for the last 10 years, and just like everything, machine vision has advanced significantly thanks to the help of artificial intelligence. While traditional machine vision is exceptional at identifying highly repeatable parts, AI-powered machine vision can tackle much more complex challenges like inspecting products with naturally occurring organic variability like we commonly see in the food space. I'm excited to show you how Oxipital AI's vision system have helped our customers overcome production challenges and achieve tremendous savings. Let's take a look at the results from our first poll question. So I see a lot of good results. So not too many people looking at packaged products and a lot of people not using any machine vision at the time. Hopefully, by the end of this presentation, you'll know how Oxipital AI can help and you can start utilizing machine vision. And thanks again to everyone for participating in the poll. We greatly appreciate all of your helpful feedback. Before we get started, I've got a little bit of housekeeping. So this webinar is being recorded and it'll be uploaded to the Oxipital AI YouTube channel. So if you want to share it with any colleagues who couldn't attend live, feel free. Throughout this webinar, we'll post a couple more poll questions so we can better understand your quality control process. After the webinar concludes, we'll have a brief survey that we'd love for you to fill out. Finally, if you have any questions at any point throughout the webinar, feel free to post them in the chat and we'll cover them at the end at our Q&A section. Okay, let's finally get started. During this webinar, we're going to go over two real applications where customers used Oxipital AI to add an AI-powered inspection system to their production line. Our first application is focused on maximizing the yield of each chicken breast, and our second example is around production presentation and removing corn with missing kernels. By using the Oxipital AI dashboard to dig into defect data, both cases resulted in astronomical savings. Before we dive into today's discussion on chicken trim level detection, let's take a moment to introduce the VX2 system, Oxipital AI's cutting-edge inspection technology that's transforming food processing. The VX2 is an AI-powered vision system designed to inspect products in real time, ensuring only the highest quality items make it through to packaging. It uses advanced machine vision and high-speed imaging to detect even the smallest defects, like blemishes, bruises, discoloration, unwanted trimming on chicken breasts, or even missing kernels. So, moving on to our first case, we know that poultry processing, every gram matters. Today, we're going to show you how Oxipital AI is helping poultry producers recover millions of dollars by optimizing the trimming process without slowing down their production. So let's start with the challenge at hand. Chicken producers are paid by the pound. The more weight you keep on each bird, the more revenue you generate. Pretty simple. But there is a fine balance. Too much fat, and supermarkets will pay less or even reject the product altogether. That leads to costly reworks, inefficiencies, and just overall a loss of profits. So, how do you ensure every chicken breast is trimmed just right without over-trimming or under-trimming? That's where Oxipital AI comes in. Our AI-driven inspection system is trained to classify and sort chicken breasts based on trim level. It operates in real time, identifying whether the trimming machine is removing too much or too little fat. Here's where it really makes an impact. Our system doesn't just detect issues, it actively helps prevent them. By sending real-time alerts, plant managers can adjust the trimming process immediately, preventing unnecessary waste and keeping their product within spec. So let's talk about the results. Our system performs over 27 million inspections per year at a typical plant. By just saving 1 gram per chicken breast, producers can recover an astonishing $1,658,800 in annual savings across just 6 processing lines. Just think about that. Just 1 gram per chicken breast resulting in millions of savings in recovered revenue. It's not just optimizing, that is a complete shift in efficiency and profitability. So what does that mean for you? Well, by removing all defective product, you'll have an easier time meeting supermarket specifications and regulations. And with trim level detection, you ensure you're only removing the necessary amount of fat, ensuring less waste and more revenue. And real-time alerts allow for quick intervention, helping to keep production running smoothly and to drive conversations around continuous improvement. With Oxipital AI, you're not just keeping up with the competition, you're staying ahead by maximizing every pound, every cut, every day. So that brings us to our second poll question, nuggets or drumsticks? Just kidding. How do you currently handle defect detection? Is there a fully manual inspection process? Do you have something that's partially automated? Do you have a fully automated process, but you're not really happy with it and think Oxipital AI can help? Or are you looking for a way to get started with a formal inspection process? I'll give a little bit of time to make sure everyone can get their answers in. All right, it looks like the results are in. So it looks like a lot of people are currently using automation in a fully automated process, but looking for improvements. I know a lot of people are exploring AI machine vision, and some people aren't happy, and we think we really have a unique novel solution, Oxipital AI. So let me show you what we're doing here. So I just told you how Oxipital AI can save you millions of dollars by inspecting chicken breasts. I think it's time I walk you through the customer experience and show you how Oxipital AI enables users to stay ahead of the competition. So what we're seeing now is a live look at our dashboard. The dashboard that you're seeing performs data aggregation and analysis to present critical processing data to help you better understand your application. This is a live look at our chicken breast dashboard that we've showed off at a lot of trade shows. You can see on the left side some other products we've shown off at trade shows. This is really nice for customers that have multiple different lines at their facility. You could switch between different products and quickly see how every line is doing. So this dashboard is fully customizable, but we've worked with a lot of food manufacturers to try to build a process and system to display the information that makes the most sense to users. So starting off with throughput, this is a good basic sanity check to make sure you're running product. Right now, you can see the last 7 days, and you can see pretty much every day we have first shift, second shift, third shift. We have some nighttime downtime, and looks like first shift is typically the worst. Middle of the day, they start picking up, and then the last shift goes down a little bit. But you can quickly make sure that you're running product, and you can see how much product ran at any time. If you were to ask an employee how many chicken breasts they saw in their shift, and they could tell you exactly 17,277, I would be very impressed. So having access to all of this data really helps you understand your application and areas you can improve. So moving down, we have yield. And just because you're moving a lot of product doesn't mean you're necessarily moving a lot of good product. So here at the yield area, we can see that we're getting good product. So if we hover over any individual line on this yield graph, we can see that here we inspected 17,277 units, and of those, 678 of them were defective. If we want to take a deeper look at yield and see where we're actually losing product, we have this defect breakdown, which labels each defect and how many are present at any time. So we can see early on here, we had a total of 1,079 defects at 8 a.m. 800 of them were low trim, and 279 of them were the wrong side. So this is really valuable in understanding your business and making smart business decisions to improve your process. If I could just wave my magic wand and solve a problem, it would be great if I could eliminate this wrong side issue. But in reality, it pales in comparison to the impact that low trim is causing. We have, in the last 7 days, 13,831 units that had incorrect trim level, whereas there were only 4,254 that were on the wrong side. So this lets you drive continuous improvement and focus your efforts where you're going to get the highest impact. This dashboard is very navigatable too. If we wanted to take a look at how things went yesterday, we could highlight this area, and we're going to zoom in and get a deep dive on how everything was going. So now we can see at 9 a.m., we processed 2,631 units. At 10 a.m., we processed 2,500. And this can allow us to see trends and, again, make smart business decisions. Right here, it looks like the first shift is consistently underperforming compared to the second shift. That could drive a training to make sure we're getting the first shift up to speed with the second shift. Maybe we're not running as much product, so we can have less staffing in the first half of the day. This really lets you understand where you can make improvements as a business. So looking down, we also have a lot of information on dimensional data. So if we want to take a look at all of our good chicken breasts that we've seen, we can see that the average length is somewhere between 156 to 167 millimeters. Again, this can help you have better labeling for packaging, how much chicken you're producing. This can allow you to change the packaging to optimize the size of your chicken. This can drive upstream cutting devices to maybe cut shorter or longer. Having this information is really valuable. Not only can we see an aggregation too of everything we've seen in the last day, we can take a look at each individual piece of chicken and get detailed information. So you can see here that this did have some fat. We have this little pocket up here, but it was not enough for us to trigger low trim detection. We can look, this one was very good, almost no fat, a lot of good chicken breasts. Maybe we don't care about looking at the good ones. Those are good. Those are getting packed. Maybe we care about the ones that have the low trim. We can dive in here and look at images of just the ones with low trim. We can see how much low trim we had over time. And here we can see a breakdown. Wow, this one has a lot of fat and a lot of rib meat, which tagged it for low trim detection. So again, understanding all of this information really lets you drive improvement for your business and will ultimately lead to savings. We talked about trim level detection earlier, and just yesterday, we had 2,155 units that we could have prevented if we were using Oxipital AI. So I just talked to you all about how Oxipital AI's dashboard can help improve product quality control, but I'd love to know what the biggest challenge each of you face with product quality control is. Is it inconsistent quality standards? Is it high product rejection rates? Is it inefficiencies in your manual inspection process? Or is it just a lack of real-time data? If it's just lack of data, hopefully those dashboards impressed you. Just a moment for everyone to finish answering this question. Right, it looks like the results are in. It looks like a lot of people have manual inspection inefficiencies. So I really think the dashboard can shine a light on where those inefficiencies are and how big an impact it is. I know a lot of people think that there's a really big incident because of an anecdote, and really maybe it's a small impact. And on the other side, sometimes our dashboards can shine light on inefficiencies that you didn't even know existed. So next up, we're going to talk about a challenge that often goes unnoticed, but has a huge impact on sales: corn with missing kernels. More importantly, we're going to show you how Oxipital AI is helping corn producers prevent unsellable products from ever reaching the store shelves. which can save over $115,000 per week. Let's dive in. When customers buy corn, they're making a decision with their eyes. Maybe there's some husk around it that's still attached that looks icky, or maybe there's a bunch of missing kernels at the tip. If you see that, it's often enough to put the entire package back on the shelf. Think about that. One bad ear of corn in a package means an entire loss of $7 for the entire pack of good corn in there that isn't selling. When this happens at scale, it adds up to a serious loss of revenue. So how do we fix it? Well, by integrating Oxipital AI's inspection system before the final packaging stage, every ear of corn is scanned for defects. Bad pieces are detected and removed before they ever have a chance to make it in front of the customer. This means that only high-quality corn gets packaged, keeping the shelf stocked with products that customers actually want to buy. So let's talk about the numbers. Every day, 1 million pieces of corn move through processing. Even with a very low defect rate of just 0.33%, it still means that 3,300 defective pieces make it through daily. If those bad ears make it into packages, that's $23,000 of lost sales per day. Over a week, that adds up to $115,000 in lost revenue. By catching these defects in real time, Oxipital AI stops these losses before they can happen. So, what does that mean for you? Well, with each piece of corn looking great, customers can buy with confidence, resulting in high sell-through rates. And with no bad pieces of corn getting packed, there's no chance of losing 5 other good pieces of corn just because you had one bad piece that made it into the package. And instead of wasting money on bad product, you can keep more cash in your pocket to reinvest back in your business. Think about that, an extra $115,000 every week. What's not to love? The best part, this all happens automatically without slowing down production. So this brings us to our fourth and final poll question. What is the most important factor in your quality control process? Is it to reduce waste and rework? Is it maintaining realtor compliances? Is it improving both efficiency and speed? Or is it just generally enhancing the customer satisfaction? Results are coming in. All right, let's take a look at the results. So it looks like a lot of people are trying to reduce waste and rework and improve efficiency and speed. Yeah, so both of those, understanding or utilizing Oxipital AI's dashboard can really help you both improve speed and efficiency, and you can see areas where you're losing a lot of product and have a lot of waste. So we're going to go back to the dashboard, but this time we're going to take a look at corn. Take a look at corn today. So we started running at 8 a.m. this morning, and we can see that just today alone, we've already had 1,474 dry tip or missing kernels. That means that there's a potential 7,000 good product that could be packed with this missing kernel that would not sell. That results in almost $10,000 just today of lost product. So this data really shows that understanding your product can really help you make smart business decisions. Could show this data to your supplier, show you have a bad batch of corn and get a discounted rate. Could show this to your plant manager, and maybe you have a new training system to understand how we can keep the corn without losing kernels. Really, the more you know about your application, the more power you have to continuously improve it. So if you're looking for a way to maximize profits and stop losing revenue due to minor defects, Oxipital AI is the solution. Again, we'd love to show you how this works in person, so reach out to schedule a demo, ask questions, and learn how you can transform your operations. Now, let's open it up for a Q&A. Oh, it looks like someone had a question from earlier on. Let's take a look. What makes Oxipital AI different from other AI vision companies? Great question. I think AI right now is a huge buzzword these days. And quite frankly, I think a lot of companies are trying to apply AI in areas where it's really overkill. Machine vision is really good at highly repeatable parts, but really struggles with naturally occurring variability that we commonly find in food. Other companies that leverage AI for these solutions will require customers to take a lot of pictures of their product in the production environment, and then they have to hand label these images with the relevant information. So this is chicken fat, this is chicken rib meat. At Oxipital AI, we don't do any hand labeling on 2D images. We'll do a full 3D scan of the customer product so we can eliminate the need for any manual image annotation, which we find is a really big pain point for people trying to get into AI. This also just allows us to quickly iterate and rapidly develop these object models, which we think we can turn around much quicker and have them be much more accurate and robust compared to the competition. We got another question. How long does it take to train the AI model to recognize defects specific to my product? Another great question. So as I just mentioned, because we're using a full 3D scan, we have such high quality data with that 3D scan, we have the ability to synthetically generate different customer scenes. So we can replicate the product in 3D space, and we can then run a simulation of that product and drop maybe 5 chicken breasts onto a conveyor. And then we take that image of the 5 chicken breasts on the conveyor that we synthetically generated, and we can use that for training. And then we synthetically generate 1 million different examples of 5 chicken breasts. And then we do 1 million examples of 4 chicken breasts, and we do 1 million examples of 6. And because we can do all this synthetically, we can very rapidly iterate and get a lot of good training data that would take months and months for a person to physically take a picture and hand label. So we can spin an object model, I think, in as quickly as 2 weeks. How quickly can companies see ROI after implementing your AI vision? So we've seen customers instantly see savings when using Oxipital AI. A lot of other machine vision systems will identify defects and tell you that this product is bad. But as we showed today, that doesn't necessarily result in a ton of savings. Knowing why a defect is bad, but looking at the trends on how you can prevent more defects from being bad is really how you scale up your ROI. So looking at chicken breasts and changing the trim level to make sure you're getting the most out of each piece. And then for corn, just removing the bad defects there so they don't get packaged in with the good product allows you to sell more of the good product. So that is all we have time to answer today. My contact info is currently on the screen. You can reach out to me directly. Thanks so much again for attending, and have a great rest of your day.